Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Planet FM 87.6 and I am Imran Javed. This is the only English radio channel of Radio Pakistan. This is live from Karachi, Lahore and Islamabad and the rest of the world through live streaming through official app of Radio Pakistan. So we are too live on Facebook of Planet FM 87.6. Today is a day that we are just going to commemorate and celebrate something very magnum opus in the annals of history as well. So we do have my co-host and an august appearance as well, Khalid Taimur Saab.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome
Thank
to
you
the
very
program
much.
as well.
Thank you.
And we have a candid and august appearance as well, His Excellency Aybek Arif Usmanov, the Honorable Ambassador to Uzbekistan in Pakistan. So we do welcome you, sir, your kind appearance with Planet FM 87.6 of Radio Pakistan.
Thank you for
So
inviting.
first of all, let us know how do you feel to be the part of Radio Pakistan today?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Imran Javed Saab, Khalid Taimur Saab, it's my great honor and pleasure to express to you, to convey to you, and through you to the all listeners and readers and the viewers of the Planet Pakistan, the first English language channel, to commemorate such a great scientist, poet, and a statesman like Mirza Zaheer Babur.
Yeah.
Thank you for arranging this
Okay,
broadcast.
because Khalid Saab, I think that you must introduce the thing because we are just going to commemorate the legendary and great warrior of in the annals of history of Muslim dynasties in subcontinent as well. So I
Yes.
think that you will just
Thank
start
you very
something.
much. First of all, I'm very thankful to Planet 87.6 for arranging this program on the legacy of Zahiruddin Babur. As we know that Pakistan and Uzbekistan, we are historically and culturally connected
Yes.
through the legacy of Zahiruddin Babur. And on 14th of February, we will be celebrating the birthday of 540th birth anniversary of Zahiruddin Babur. And since Zahiruddin Babur is a common hero and a common, it's a big commonality between Pakistan and Uzbekistan. And before starting with the formal discussion on that, let me also tell you one more thing. That His Excellency Shaukat Mirziyoyev, who is the President of Uzbekistan,
Yes.
he is also a great admirer of Zahiruddin Babur, and he strongly feels that the Central South Asia connectivity not only date backs to present era, but it goes back to the era of Zahiruddin Babur. And in Uzbekistan, there a lot of work is being done on the legacy of Zahiruddin Babur, and in Pakistan also. Zahiruddin Babur is well read, and our history students talk a lot about Zahiruddin Babur. So, first of all, I
Rather,
would.
sir, we all Pakistani, we used to adore him a lot.
Yes.
We love him a lot.
Yes.
And we have kept the name of our siblings and of infants on the name of Zahiruddin Babur. Most of the them, if you see, every second person is Zaheer, is Babur.
Humayun,
Humayun as
Yes.
well, Aurangzeb, Akbar.
Akbar.
Yes.
So let's request the Honorable Ambassador that as first Uzbek national and being the ambassador of that land from where Zahiruddin Babur was not only born but from where he came toward this part of the world. Let's hear his point of view, let's hear his feelings, and let's hear what he has to say about Zahiruddin Babur.
Is of course it's the first time when I am representing my country in your channel, and I congratulate you, Irfan Saab, the Imran Saab,
Imran Javed,
Imran
sir.
Javed Saab, because you invited me as the first guest from ambassadors of the foreign countries accredited in Islamabad. So for me, it's a great honor and pleasure of indeed.
Most welcome, sir.
And of course, our co-host Khalid Taimur Saab correctly mentioned that how esteemed is the legacy, is the memories, is the poetry is the history and the Babur Nama, Tuzki Baburi
Yeah.
for the Uzbekistan, and he is the one of the brightest figures, not just in the political life of our continent, of our region, but he correctly said about the legacy who is connecting very well our history, our economies, our policies, our skills
Yes.
actually. Because reconnectivity, when we are saying that during that after Amir Taimur era, the ancestors of Amir Taimurs, they've been already well presented and played an important role in the history of these all countries, starting from the Central Asian countries, which modern Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Turkmenistan, and Kazakhstan, but also in a neighboring region like China, it's like Afghanistan, of course, Pakistan, and other countries of the South Asia. Yeah, Mirza Zahreddin Babur's poetry, ghazals, are always been from the deep philosophical point of view. They've been always ghazals been portraying the love and affection and patriotism to your own land, to your own family values, to, of course, the lyric songs, historical songs, and patriotic songs are the most points of the great poetry of Babur's. And this particularly, of course, I am very proud and I'm grateful for the radio channel of Planet FM for broadcasting first time in the Radio Pakistan the Uzbek song on the ghazals of the Baburs. So this is about that the man in his life, he should do only good deeds for his own close ones, for his own nation, for his own tribes, for his own neighbors, and whatever he is and how much he is doing the good things, and that good things will just come back to him, or maybe not to him but to his son and grandson. Just if you just listen to these words of that song, that Har Kim, I will just give me 1 minute, 10 seconds of to recite the ghazal itself. Har kim ke wafa qilsa wafa top kusudur. Of course, you do understand that whoever making the wafa,
Okay.
he will regain the wafa.
Oh.
Har kim jafa qilsa jafa top kusudur. Of course, if you are the bad man and you are doing the
Disloyal.
jafa things and disloyals, then you will face yourself disloyal. And then it says that yaxshi kishi yomonlik ko'rmagay hargiz, yani the good man, the decent man, will not face the bad things in his life. And the last from this charbite is har kim yomon bo'lsa jazo topkusidir, and whoever is bad and who is evil, he will find definitely the jaza.
Yeah.
So this is the philosophy of the
reward and the punishment as well.
Great,
Go side
great,
by
great,
side.
great.
Okay. That's very interesting, sir.
Yes,
Sir?
so Ambassador, what do you think that what role the history can play for the better relationship between the Central South Asia in general, and also kindly shed some light that how people of Uzbekistan and Pakistan are historically connected to each other?
Of course, the historical ties between our two great nations are going very deep in the history, thousand years of the history, starting from Kushan Empire, Achaemenid Empire, Sassanid, Karachanid, Arabs, Mongols invasion. This is the truth that all historians admit that the 13th century, 14th and 15th century, it's a renaissance period of the Central Asia,
Yeah.
where the first caravans of the Silk Roads were coming from Samarkand, Bukhara, and Khiwa, and Ferghana up to the Peshawar, Ismail Khan, Diragazi Khan, Multan, Bahawalpur, and Lahore. So even before that, Mir Taimur has come to the first to Afghanistan and then to the Indian subcontinent, to the modern Pakistan. We have the very close relationship and the links which been of course manifested by the Sufi traditions, the Naqshbandiya, Sukhrawardiya, Chishtiya, Qadiriya, Silsilas of the Sufis, Sufi Karama, were also well connecting each other in our history. So if you see that there is political, economic, and cultural ties which been always uniting us. So but Babur's is having a very unique place in the history, since he was not just a statesman and a warrior and a warlord, but he was also the poet, he was ethnographer, he was a philosopher who was always coming to any land where he was coming, to Kabul or to modern India. He was coming with the words of the diplomacy, with the words of the trust, with the words of the friendship, and in the whatever statesmanship and statehoodship and the agricultural and the historical and of course the cultural heritage which he has put, that it's now became as the common and joint legacy for the all countries of the Indian subcontinent, and especially Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Central Asian countries. Our generation, I'm proud to say that our leaders, the leaders of our two countries, are understanding the deep meaning of the legacy of Babur. So that's why when the last year Honorable President of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, visited Islamabad in March 2022, it was decided that the film, the first unique film, Pakistan and Uzbekistan artists will make a new film about the Babur's legacy.
Okay.
That film should be as the 3 episodes. So first episodes of the Babur's life and activities in Ferghana and Samarkand and Bukhara. Then second episode will be related to the life and activity of Babur's in Afghanistan, and then the third episode, which will be the most important one, would be about his Babur's life and legacies here in Pakistan. So we know that
it's like a web series.
It's a very normal historical film, movie, who will be showing to our generation, to our especially young generation, how closely we are reconnected through the legacy of Mirza Zaheer Babur.
Yes, very right, sir. So, for now there's a commemoration in Pakistan and Uzbekistan as well. So, on the 14th of Feb this year, that how do you celebrate in Pakistan, and what are the initiatives being taken by yourself, His Excellency, and by the government of Pakistan as well?
Of course, in Pakistan, I'm proud to tell you that for me, as ambassador of Uzbekistan in your great country, it's a great honor and pleasure to be here, because I feel how big is the love and affection and the respect to the legacy of Mirza Zaheer Babur from the all Pakistan nation, not just from political circles or the expert levels or the intellectuals, but also the all walls of life. So what was the initiative of the Pakistani intellectuals and the scientists was that Punjab University in Lahore and the CGSS Center of Analysis, they came with a very good initiative to create the Mirza Zaheer Babur's center of his legacy history department of Punjab University.
Okay.
Yes.
And Vice President at that time, Vice President Salim Mazhar Saab, and head
Dr.
of the
Mehboob.
department, Dr. Mahboob Saab, and a great expert on the history, Dr. Rukhshan Iftihar.
Yes.
They was the first who just said that who came with the initiative to create this lake. So last year, when my president was here in your great capital, we inaugurated this center, and that Punjab University and History Department now is very well linked with the Uzbek State University,
Okay.
with the Urdu department. And now we are having that after this post-COVID period, we are trying to find to start the new exchange program between the scientists, between the students, between the professors, and also to start a cultural program. So on the coming week for 13-14, we will be celebrating 540th anniversary. We will going together with the Khalid Taimur Saab, we are going to Punjab University, to Lahore, to have there then a scientific roundtable or seminar dedicated to the life and legacy of the Baburs, and his legacy also to Uzbekistan and Pakistan into all this. So there would be Punjab History Department of Punjab University will be hosting this scientific conference, and Uzbek Babur Shanasan from Uzbekistan will be invited there offline and online, and of course I will be there as the one of the guests and the speakers.
Okay.
And then the Pakistani renowned scientists and
Historians.
will be giving their beautiful speeches and addresses on the all historical and political and social, economic and cultural importance of the Mirza Zahruddin Babur's legacy.
Yeah, let
So,
me
Dr.
just.
Saab, you have done a lot, many
yes.
things for this all commemoration and sort of thing, because Khalid Saab has done very immaculate jobs and all that, because
Great, mashallah.
appreciation from your side is always on your part at Planet FM at 7.6. Sir?
Yes, actually, since last 3 years, Punjab University is celebrating Zaheeruddin Babur Day a lot, and in 2020, we also organized a very big exhibition on Zaheeruddin Babur's legacy, in which students participated with zeal, and they drew the Babur's era's paintings, and those paintings are now hang all over Punjab University and other universities around Pakistan. Let me also tell our listeners that Punjab University's library also holds the actual manuscripts of Babur Nama.
Zaheeruddin Babri.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zaheeruddin Babur used to write his diary. He
Yes.
used to write poetry. So the actual poetry and his diaries and his handwritten work is preserved in Punjab University, and that's quite an honor for Pakistan and for Punjab University that we have such historical documents with us, and these documents are nowhere available in the world. And that is the reason that Punjab University's history department, they took this initiative, and they established Babur Legacy Center to talk about the legacy of Babur, to talk about the future connectivity, to talk about the historical linkages.
Okay.
And for that, we are very thankful to the University of Punjab as well as Government of Uzbekistan, because this initiative was taken both by the Uzbek government, and then Punjab University not only supported it, but they opened it. And now there are lots of history students in Punjab universities who are not only studying Babur's legacy, but their theses are also on this. So, Ambassador, moving forward, how do you see that under the present circumstances of connectivity, how do you see Pakistan-Uzbekistan relationship, and how do you define the trade between the two countries, and have you seen, what is your opinion about our bilateral cooperation?
Yeah, I'm proud to say that with the great political will of our leaders, with the great input that our scientists and experts are coming, and of course with the hard work and commitment of our two governments, our two embassies in Uzbekistan and in Tashkent, the ministries, we are always trying to use every kind of opportunities to reconnect our countries, and you rightly said that the trade and economy is the backbones of that one. So during the last 3-4 years of our connectivity projects, we have already started to sign the very important trade transit agreement, preferential trade agreement. Only for the last visit of my president, we have signed like 11 MOUs and a political declaration where the two leaders of two countries has defined to the government the all spheres of the connectivity which would be mutually beneficial one. So I'm happy to say that the growth of the volume of the trade has been manifested for the last 3 years. So from 45 million of the trade gap between Uzbekistan and Pakistan, now for the last year we have already fixed as 250 million. So you see that it is a
huge volume
that is growing, and it is growing.
Yes.
And our two countries now are using all kind of the delegation exchange and the implementing of the MOUs, and the delegations who are coming and going Uzbekistan and Pakistan, they are trying to utilize this opportunity to make the joint road maps and action plans for the increasing these trade volumes up till 1 billion in coming 2 years, and to implement the very ambitious and the new industrial cooperation plan, which would be uniting. So the transit trade which comes from the Termez city of Uzbekistan, neighboring with Afghanistan, and will go via Afghanistan, transiting Afghanistan, coming to Peshawar, and then by the CPEC projects, ML1 will be connecting the Gwadar and Karachi and Qasim ports, where two sides will facilitate the best opportunities with the off-dock terminals, with the warehouses, with custom fees, and with the custom cooperation and the financial banking cooperation. That definitely, of course, will multiply our efforts. So I hope that in the coming years there will be a new victories and new achievements from both sides, inshallah.
Inshallah. That's very good. So, secondly, because like many exchange programs that we have with the neighboring countries as well, but as well as the heart and soul are with just thriving with the Uzbek people as well, and the legacy that you owe and we have, it's a commonalities in that all. You know, the ties between two countries are also very positive, very sanguine in the futuristic stance. But how do you feel that the youth exchange programs and the universities students exchange programs and other exchange programs like the media, Radio Pakistan and the your broadcasting corporations and institutions, do you think that futuristic this would be managed by your kind self and to promote this proper understanding and good liaison?
Thank you, Imran Javed Saab. What is very good question, because you are rightly pointing that the young generation, the future, and it's our future ambassadors are young generation actually. When I'm from the last year, what our embassy and Khalid Taimur Saab, previous center for the CGSS, and now he is representing the
PRCCSF.
New
Has been doing great jobs as well.
We've been always trying to meet in every month in every and each universities where the young generation, young students are studying, and who are just the newcomers for the, as I said, as the ambassadors. So what we are doing is such kind of problem. It's not just in a scientific conference or round tables or discussions, interactive discussions, but we also invite the youngsters to write the articles about the connectivity of all fields, in all fields, the connectivity and reconnectivity of our countries. So the great initiative, and I want to congratulate Khalid Taimur Sahib, it is his brainchild, is that we have, he has launched, Khalid Taimur Sahib launched the 1,000 article
Yes,
initiative
yes.
about Uzbekistan and Pakistan.
Yeah, it's very deep inside it.
And we already in the last only 2 months we have already registered
Published a lot.
as the 250.
Yes,
of
more
them.
than
Okay,
that. More than
publications.
that. Yes,
250
yes, more than
publication
that.
unit. So then, of course, as the Ali Taimur Sahib already mentioned about the arts contests, where the 70 young students of
Okay.
Punjab University has also, and then of course the TV to TV,
Yes.
radio to
Radio,
radio
yes.
channels.
Yeah.
They will also add the beauty, and they will promote the vast scope of auditorium between our countries.
Yeah.
It's an open secret that the radio has always been dominating.
It's the utmost importance of-
timing,
Yes.
the timing. People are listening to you while driving, while eating, while sitting,
Yes.
while going somewhere. So it's a very important. I'm very grateful that recording now the first time the Uzbek song of the Babur's Ghazal has been
Yes,
broadcasted.
played by the-
So of course we have to do the institutionalize, yani to give the systemic way.
Yeah.
And this systemic way, you are rightly pointed that it can be by MOUs and agreements.
Yes.
So let me tell you that Uzbek TV broadcasting company, which is the semi-governmental one, and of course the private FM channels can be a good partner not only for the Punjab University, but also to the FM channel of
Radio Pakistan.
Radio Pakistan. I'm happy to know that you have more than 41
And
channels.
sir, you know,
in radio.
surprisingly, I must let you know that we cover mostly 98% of the area and 80 plus percentage of the population of the rest of the
Ooh, it's a
country. as well.
great.
So we cover
Congratulations.
most of the time. There's a whole area, whole populace of
whole
Pakistan.
whole populace of Pakistan. And Ambassador, while talking, you talked about youth to youth cooperation. You talked about trade cooperation. How do you see? What is your vision, and what is the vision of Uzbekistan for enhancing Pakistan-Uzbekistan relationship in next 5 years? Where do you see that? And also, if you can kindly tell our listeners about the grand railway project of which Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, because I'm sure that many people still do not know about the project. Where is the project? Is the feasibility complete? And what is that project also?
Thank you very much, Khalid Taimur Sahib, for mentioning these milestone or game changer projects that my president has offered, has initiated, and with the Pakistan government, Pakistan officials, all political parties of Pakistan, with a great enthusiasm, they have welcomed the initiative of my president on the regional connectivity. Of course, the trade, energy, and the industry cooperation and cultural and historical cooperation fields, they are the first dimensions that our two governments are now utilizing and implementing with a very dynamic way. And most important of that connectivity is the Trans-Afghan Railway project, who are coming from the Uzbekistan border city of Termez with Afghanistan, and via all Afghanistan, via 6-7 provinces of Afghanistan, via Kabul and Logar, then coming to Nangarhar in Jalalabad province and Jalalabad city, and then uniting it, and then it's connecting with the Torham city and Torham border point with the historical Peshawar city. So this year, when my president was here, we first signed the Termez city and Peshawar city, the sister cities agreement between the countries. The trade chamber of these two provinces of Surkhandaria province from Termez and from Peshawar, Sarhat chamber of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, they have signed their trade agreement, and that would be multiplied with the Trans-Afghan corridor will be multiplied with the transit trade and preferential trade agreements and the transport and logistics connectivity. When we say about transport logistics, we mean that Termez city dry port will be offered for the Pakistani and Afghan traders and transport companies, and vice versa. Pakistan government has graciously advised Uzbek government and other Central Asian countries to use the Karachi, Qasim, and Gwadar ports, using their off-dock terminals and their warehouses for increasing the trade volumes. And industrial cooperation in pharmaceutical, textile, leather, construction, building materials, chemical materials, agricultural machineries, there would be the new dimensions where we have a big potential for our two countries' trade and investment cooperation. And of course that cultural cooperation where we can be using, where can we always be the foundation for that would be the Amir Taimur's legacy, Mirza Zaheer Babur's legacy, the scientific legacy of Abu Ali Rayhan Biruni, Ibn Sina,
Yes.
Al-Kharazmi,
Great
Al-Farghani,
scientists, yes.
and of course the great religious leaders and our scholars and scientists like Imam al-Bukhari, Rahmatullah, Imam al-Tirmizi, Zamakhshari, Marghinani, and of course whatever has been done by the Taimur and the Babur's legacy, that is something that should be always reminding for us that how close and how connected we are, and what a commitment we should take to ourselves for continue and for reconnecting our future generations.
So,
Inshallah.
thank you very much, sir. Today was a very insightful discussion on Zahiruddin Babar, and hopefully we will be inviting you again to talk about many other issues. And we are heading towards probably the news. It's 1 p.m. So I would like to request my colleague to close the show.
Yes. So I thank you very much, the Honorable His Excellency Aybek Arif Usmanov, for his very kind appearance, and you as well, sir.
Thank you very much.
Given time, bestowed time upon the Planet FM 87.6, and certainly we have inculcated a lot many things from your very kind side, sir. We hope so in futuristic would live on with your kind self, so that the commemoration and the exchange program and the positivity and the futuristic stances go upward, inshallah.
Thank you,
So I thank you once again for your very kind appearance, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So we have a news at 1, and since the time that you have been the part and parcel of Radio Pakistan certainly, and the Planet as well, so our morale is quite high, and we are quite sanguine about the futuristic positivities, inshallah.
Thank
So
you.
I thank you very much once again, sir.